Anyway, dear YouTube, I mean, that's the most crassest thing in the world to say. Furthermore, especially since I'd much rather be just putting my stuff into Substack audios. But there is an element of I study properly the commentariat. I have done for years. I haven't had a television for 25 years. So I just gradually got into the occupation of studying the commentariat. I'm not actually really interested in the news. I'm interested in what the more intelligent, no, there aren't any, may have to say about world affairs. We did have actually some very good commentators in the 80s and 90s. Even you could open up the Telegraph newspaper and you'd find some really intelligent, philosophical opinion piece. Anyway, to the point. Dear YouTube. Yes, yeah, I've missed out all kinds of little bits. You've got to listen to the audio I did a little while, an hour or two ago. It's going to be on my webpage. I don't know who would follow me or look up stuff or anything. I don't know. Now, I know one of them's real. No, I know. Well, I was going to say the Salt Lake. I don't know if she's real. She was watching some of my stuff and said she loved it. One bit made her laugh. Anyway, yeah. I just have hundreds of hours of. You'll have to get your dictionary out. Montaigne reflections. Simple as that. And he went all the way for his time, and he really did. I believe that he did an essay on should he bend his beloved wife over the Arga. And if I say Arga, I know Argas weren't around in 1550 or whatever it was. But should he bend his wife over the range and give her one comme les chiens? I believe he did actually consider this in a pamphlet or an essay, which is wonderful, because if you're an honest man, certainly in your 20s, 30s, when you're in love, if you have somebody you love, you think, oh, I'd like to do that, but it's kind of a bit degrading. It's a really interesting philosophical quandary. Anyway, I have many contemporary things that aren't salacious at all, but I go all the way on, and all I care about is maybe somebody of my own daughter's age group one day might think, that was quite an intelligent question being put forth in my mad dad's bonkers unplanned, only down to one person, a year and a half ago, material. But it's always me. I just didn't know I was ever really just going to say, fuck it. All of me can go out. But particularly, you see, really, there is a kind of... I've got quite a few audios I've made. I'm going to put them up gradually. Kind of looking at things in terms of not an... I don't actually believe in this on the spectrum thing. The amount of supposedly intelligent mothers I meet who... Yeah, we all know that there are those right at the far end who are genuinely disabled. But the wisest woman I've ever known, who's only 21, said... her mum, who was the biggest fuck-up in the world, as they all knew, nevertheless her mum said, things are just phases. This is a woman who even had self-harming. Wonderful woman. But anyway, to the point. Why did I mention the spectrum? I can't remember. Yeah, they're all trapped in that now. So pointless, because what can you do? Anyway, to the point. Yes, there are various just universal, useful things. And one thing, yeah, I know what it is. Right. So, one thing I know, although I myself do not wish this, did not want it, I have no pleasure whatsoever, ever. I don't get dopamine putting anything online. Don't. Been there, done that. In fact, it's just a distraction. But I had no idea that the Southwest was so utterly conformist, acid, and these are whatever the. When I was in my 20s and 30s, you could use simple universal lexicon like the Time Out readers of London, and I was one. I loved Time Out magazine. It was wonderful. It was really intelligent, funny, and sometimes irreverent, and took the piss out of us. Yeah, us supposedly intellectual lovies who go and see art house films. Blah blah blah. But yeah, I had no idea that this whole class who own the whole of this county, I had no idea. I had no idea that this is one of their favourite beaches. I had no idea that they're so dangerously acid, pernicious. You can't say that. And I had a confirmation from, I didn't need it, but a wonderful old lady, very smart, fabulous old lady yesterday who we were talking about this in front of her daughter. Her daughter must have been about 50, she must have been about 75. And you don't lie in front of your daughter, but I was quizzing her. So, are you able to have good conversations with slightly younger people you don't know very well? I mean, 50-year-olds even. No, it's all turned into fucking a vicious, looking to pull you down thing. But I had no idea. It wasn't this bad where I used to live. But this is just London. This is a southeastern setting. I had no idea. But here's the bizarre thing, that once you go through your little period, as I did, oh, this is draining, exhausting, so fucking depressing, then it becomes a positive energy. When you realise, it's not loneliness or anything like that, when you realise you're up against literally a dystopian soma, if you me, it then gradually becomes an energising thing. It's not letting go even. It's like creativity, real creativity. I've had lots of thoughts in the last 3 months that are totally spontaneously unique and original to me. I have a few lines in my written blog which obviously I'm repurposing a few Bob Dylan or similar great poets, great wordsmiths, but it's very rare. All my concepts are my own entirely, but they come along, and they come along better when you're in a slight tension. I'm lucky because I got them all in my audios, in my recorder, got zillions of them. And the most important thing of all, it's better when you've got no money at all, when you're on the absolute cliff edge. I've known that for 15 years, actually 20. But I really do need to now have a way of sitting down a third of my waking hours and just now feeding them out. I can't believe I've got 420 people there who only want to monitor my material to take the piss. I've never looked at the comments. The main reason is because, and I've realised over time, my kind of friend, I've realised how unfortunately corrupted and cynical he is, and he will have put some comments there. I've no interest. It's just because he never does anything. Oh, we had hilarious battles for 2 or 3 years from 2020. He just sits there. He actually is he's just a pisser into the nest, just to piss into the nest. Nah, I at least I know I want to piss into the nest to maybe the ammonia will wake some people up. The end.